Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So this is part 3 of the mother-in-law saga. You need to watch the part 1. This is part 3, so that means I'll be uploading the 3 of them. So 2 of them are already live on the same day. So go and check part 1. You need to start from part 1 to understand the story. So let's continue.
Part 3 of actually, I think I'm going to call it my Mother Gothel series. If you know, you know. This is where things start to get darker and heavier. And I'm going to even tell the parts that are uncomfortable because they matter. And about halfway through this episode, something happened that changed everything. So Penny suddenly had what she presented as a medical emergency. She needed to go to a hospital that was 2 hours away. She presented it as urgent, life-threatening. It was routine monitoring for epilepsy for a few days. It was a sleep study. It was not presented that way. She wanted Colton to be there. Not Kieran, not Max, Colton. He was expected to drop everything. And when he said he couldn't drive 2 hours away to sit in a waiting room for multiple days for routine testing, he was called heartless, selfish. It was unforgivable. The timing wasn't subtle. We didn't give in to her tactics. It was now, if something happens to me, it's your fault. Her tactics were failing. We stayed together. So the moral attacks got worse. They attacked who I was when they didn't even know me. They never tried. I was portrayed as poison, the girl who took him away from his family. He became the bad son, horrible brother, horrible person. He abandoned his family, even though our apartment was 10 minutes away from her house. There was no disagreeing with them, only condemnation. They didn't speak about us like we were people. They spoke about us like we were enemies. We were vilified. They did anything to destroy our credibility as people. They did not speak about us like we were human beings. 2 grown-ass adults doing this. And his little brother was collateral damage to her. When you're 13, you believe what you're told. And when a narcissistic parent cannot tolerate independence, they create sibling rivalry. And that's what she did. She erased who Colton really was with Kieran. He became the bad one, the one who chose a girl over his own family. The attacks were again constant. I mean, anything he did was never enough. He didn't do enough, call enough. He wasn't present enough. There was no version of him that was ever going to be enough. And that's how he was treated his entire life. Anything he did for himself was treated as a betrayal. He wasn't allowed a life until I came into the picture. So at this point, we were together about a year or maybe a year and a half. And our fighting was not about a lack of love. It was fear. It was stress. We weren't fighting because we didn't love each other.
Guys, I can imagine the amount of pressure they must have been going through. Bear in mind, they were in their early 20s, 21, 22. So I can imagine there will be bound to be fights. And the funny thing, the fight will just be because of the pressure. And they're young minds, so they won't even be able to sit down and talk about this. Oh, God. How can a mother, let me not even be asking that because we see it a lot happen. Women. When a woman is vengeful, she will go to any length and she will not even mind the pain she's inflicting and the collateral damage she's doing. That's the most painful part.
We were fighting because we did, and we were punished for it. We chose each other even when it was exhausting, even when it felt like the whole world was against us. We were trying to build a life while everyone around us was trying to tear it apart. And most of the story is about my mother-in-law, but there is a love story in there too. And, I think it says something about us. We fought. I'm not saying we didn't, but I think not breaking apart, we were not fragile. Actually, I think we were pretty unbreakable. So something happened that neither of us expected. In the middle of all that chaos, we found out we were pregnant. It was not planned, but we were happy. We kept it to ourselves at first because the drama never stopped. And I don't typically share things about my health, but at this point it is necessary for the story. So I have had asthma, like severe asthma, my entire life. It has never been well controlled. I have inhalers everywhere. Every purse, every car, every room, I have to have inhalers with me. So one night, another fight started because of her, and emotional stress is a trigger. I frequently had asthma attacks. So I had another asthma attack, and this time I stopped breathing. Colton had to give me CPR. And at the next doctor's appointment, there was no heartbeat. I'm going to be honest, it was hard not to connect the stress to what happened. We had another fight because of her relentless bullying, her constantly attacking her own son.
Hmm.
I also blame myself, my body, my asthma. I also had some eating issues. Colton never blamed me. And I made sure that I was eating when I found out that I was pregnant, but regardless, my body failed me and I failed the baby. Grief makes you search for someone to blame.
Why do some women blame themselves when they lose their baby? I understand. Okay, to an extent, I understand because they'll not say if I had done more, if I had done more. That self blame. Oh man, my heart goes out to her 22-year-old girl.
Sometimes it's a situation, and sometimes it is yourself. It was not quick. I could not have a DNC, so it was long and it was painful, physically and emotionally. My sister and her husband came over and we just watched movies. I did not move off the couch. We never told Penny because what was the point? I was now dealing with grief and the drama never stopped. I do think something shifted in us after that. We had started dreaming of names and diapers and what it would be like, and it was gone in one appointment. But we knew we wanted this, so we decided to give it a little time and heal and try again. I tried to work on the stress as much as anyone can and the eating. And about 7 months later, we were pregnant again. And that is where the next chapter in our story begins.
But I have a question, guys. Why do people that are dating actively want to become parents without getting married? And it was it's just a paper. That level of commitment, having a child with somebody you're not even ready to commit your life. I don't think I will ever understand it. Maybe it's just me. I will never understand that way of thinking, that line of thought. I'm not ready to spend my life with you, but I'm ready to have a child that will link us for life. Like it's upside down, doing life upside down. And like there are a lot of issues going on that are not even yet sorted to be bringing a child into that mix. To me, I don't think it's even advisable to bring a child into that mix because cutting is not. I wish they would have even moved away from that vicinity. That 10 minutes is too short. Someone say you're a great storyteller. Storyteller, yeah, she is actually. I can imagine a family behaving like this, literal nightmare. Like, and imagine bringing a child into that mix. Literal nightmare. But said, I don't know how you even made it through that sentence. There was no heartbeat. She's it's over 15 years, mind you. Just telling all of us, your strength there is all I needed to know. I'm only on part three, but I know regardless of where this ends, you got it, girl, all of it. You had it all along. Yeah, she must have been a very strong-willed person. That's a lot of pressure. A lot of people will not be able to survive and stay for 15 years. 15 years. Well, guys, I'll see you in part four. Like and subscribe. Bye.